At some point in our lives, most of us have probably had some sort of dreams and aspirations. Maybe there are lifelong goals, like pursuing an uncommon career, such as becoming an astronaut or a famous musician. Or maybe there were short-term desires, like visiting a country, such as France, or learning a new skill, like programming. Nonetheless, we would spend hours subconsciously romanticizing these future prospects in our nightly slumbers, only to be abruptly woken to a much less lively reality. After waking up, we continue our boring lives, dismissing these dreams and aspirations as fantasies that will never come to fruition. According to APJ Abdul Kalam, a dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It's something that doesn't let you sleep. And yet here we stand, fully conscious and awake, neglecting these dreams. Why is that? Why don't we pursue our dreams? Well, the answer is quite simple, actually. It's because we're afraid of changes. Changes are so vast and complex that they can seem kind of overwhelming to approach. So let's break them down and make them more simple. The first type of change is a forced change. No matter what actions we take or how much we fear them, we will have to undergo these types of changes. For example, a child has to move to a new school and make new friends if their parents relocate for a new job. No matter what the child says or what the child does, they will have to move. The easiest way to face forced changes is to stay adaptable. The second type of change is an optional change. The choice to undergo optional changes determines how likely we are to achieve our dreams. For example, a person who wishes to retire by the age of 35 may not be able to do so if they refuse to change jobs to one that pays more simply because they're comfortable at their current workplace, or they refuse to learn new skills and work with new people. It's clear that someone like this is not likely to achieve their dreams. You might be wondering, why are we so afraid of changing? Is it really changes themselves that we're so scared of? Not necessarily. We're more scared of the uncertainties associated with these changes. Uncertainty isn't necessarily a bad thing because it prevents us from taking rash decisions and partaking in uncalculated risks. However, it serves as a hindrance when we want to take part in new opportunities and learn new skills that can significantly benefit us. You might think at this point, if you don't want to fear changing and you want to take part in new opportunities, you should get rid of all uncertainties. However, this isn't generally possible because we don't really live in an idealistic world. You can't guarantee the future. So what can you do instead? Instead of trying to control everything around you and trying to control all the uncertainties, you should only try to control your mindset. Adopting a growth mindset means you believe that you can learn and grow through hard work and perseverance. To clarify what a growth mindset is, let me give you an example of Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan was in high school, he tried out for his varsity basketball team. And you might be surprised, but he didn't make it. Someone like that, who went on to become one of the best basketball players the nation has seen, didn't make it onto the basketball team. He had two options. He could quit basketball altogether, or he could join the JV basketball team. He decided to join the JV basketball team, where he put in sweat, blood, and tears every single day, only in the hopes that he would make it next year. And that's what he did. He made it onto the varsity basketball team. Not only did his hard work pay off, but he became a key player on the team, making his high school one of the best basketball playing high schools in the nation. I don't believe that if he didn't have the perseverance and the growth mindset to continue, I don't believe we would have seen a miracle like that happen. And basketball might have been a boring sport. Well, adopting a growth mindset doesn't guarantee you success, but it gives you the power and the willingness to continue on a difficult journey. And indeed, your journey will be difficult, especially if your dreams are ambitious. And if your dreams aren't ambitious and your journey isn't difficult, then most people will already be living your dream. Do you really want that? And even if most people aren't living your dreams, would you really be satisfied knowing that you got what you wanted so easily without putting in any effort or any hard work? Because personally, I wouldn't be. So, what can you do if you face difficulties? You should continue going. Don't stop. See every setback, every failure as an opportunity to grow. Don't be fazed by it. Continue putting in the effort. Even now, Here, we can see an example of one of the greatest failures in human existence, and yet he turned it into success. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but just to clarify, I'm talking about Thomas Edison. He failed 1,000 times before he created a successful light bulb. And his invention still persists today. Clearly, I'm standing in the spotlight, which wouldn't have been possible had he given up along the way. As my final words, I just want to remind you, don't live in the darkness of fear. Live in the light of courage, the courage to change. Thank you.